Okay,
Challenge
chat.
received.
We are live.
Game started.
Okay, have a good game.
Have a good game. Jolsku. Okay. We'll start with the standard response to this approach. And in handicap games, Redmond Sensei likes to use this 3-space jump. And I'm going to go into it immediately. My game plan for this game is roughly going to be that I'll try to keep white from making territory, and the Tengen Stone will make outside influence less powerful. Now, I'm talking both to chat and to Michael Redmond Sensei.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Redmond Sensei can reply as he likes.
Yes. Okay, what's doing on top?
If I recall, pushing this other side is proper.
Okay, good so far.
And with 3 stones, if I recall, black can jump.
Yes. Okay.
If white slips into the corner now, it could be a little tricky. I could look to defend the corner. I kind of like that I have a potential connection to these side stones. O16 is also a move. I think I'll go S16. Pulling back is fine and fits my territorial game plan. An attachment.
Trying to split off the black group.
Hmm. Uh, I'm not too worried about being split off since I've got the potential connection. So I'll play solidly. I'm... hmm. Okay. White is split on the lower side. I'll... Mm, now, I'm eyeing S14, though the double peep is a little... I don't think it's necessarily a huge problem. S15. Cut. Connect out. Hmm. I think the double peep wouldn't be a problem if it weren't also for weaknesses at S13. I think if I get S13 and S9, I have enough space. Maybe we'll see. Okay. That was more or less expected.
Okay, so here, what I think you could have been thinking about
Mm-hmm.
is establishing a connection to that one black stone first,
Right.
and then finding a way to live. So that would have been the more active way.
Mm-mm. Uh, now, uh, now I've got a few viewers. Chat, how is Michael's volume?
Oh, I should say something. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they won't know, will they?
Okay.
So this is a kind of a loose attack against the lower right corner.
Yeah. It's when I play P5, I think the weakness of the R8 stone, it's not necessarily that I'm saving the stone. But we get around white a little bit. But I suppose protecting the corner may have been better there. And the viewers dropped. I'm out, so I don't necessarily need eyes. It's the peep at Q3. I'd like to respond in a way that makes the cut not work immediately. So I'm eyeing O3 and O2. O3. White's N2 is the eye space. I'm gonna try O3. I'm not sure if this is...
I'm still looking at the cut.
Yes, yes. It's... expected. I wanted to see if I could make white's outside smaller. Or I'll play in 3.
Have to answer that.
Yep. Then I'll fix the cut.
Okay, so now I'm gonna establish my territory on the right side.
Okay. Uh... Now I want to approach white's lower stones to take away a base. And I've got a couple considerations. One is a type of peep at M2, and the other is efficient spacing from the D4 stone to sort of move to the top side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't forget to defend your group on the right, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Still.
For now, N5 is a point that let's see, Q2. The spacing could be a little tight. If I play M4, I'm kind of liking M4 and that black is still running out and white uh white can be playing on the third line at least.
Yeah.
Then I'm inclined to play J3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems more or less forcing.
So this was a point where you could have played a Hane, and I would have had to answer at P7. So you could have played that exchange for more space.
Mm-hmm. Well, Q2 now establishes some space in the corner.
So that's one eye, and two eyes if you play another move.
Mm-hmm. Now, S2 is a critical point in black's shape. Black can still make me eye of making that eye and running out.
Right. So you have one eye in the corner, and if you play a move, it's two eyes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh.
I suppose this move lets white off the hook.
Well, it's a flexible move. I don't see it. I don't think it's a bad move.
Okay, Sabaki and probing and such. I'll say white can go in the corner here. Ah, I see. D3 sort of picks a direction.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so now white's going to be alive in the corner.
Yep.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. So I'm still looking at the cut at e4.
Yes. How's this way?
Okay.
Because of white's thick shape on the bottom, I could kick, or I could
Yeah.
pincer.
Right. Right. One of those two.
I'll kick here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what do you think about the game at this point? Ah, you can play a move first. Let's do that on my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Certainly black is strong enough locally to immediately go in between those stones. Uh, Now, the F17 stone is low, which I think puts less pressure on white's group, but I'm not sure about that. And then when white plays high, I don't remember whether when white plays high or low that the second line
Hmm.
is an option for the
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think I remember being so when it's high. So the second line is okay. As for what I think about the game,
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot to ask you.
now what's proper here? B10 is certainly safe. Although white may be forcing moves, it's a little chotto. Mm, standing up feels like an option. If white tries to block the way out on the side, I think black's split is actually pretty serious. So how does white follow up? Well, first I'm looking at sort of symmetrical moves like E12 or D12. Yeah, I don't think those are a problem. Moves like B15 for white are... Guarding the corner is fine. I'll stand up here.
Okay, yeah. So, do you want to estimate the territory, the size of the territory?
Okay.
So, like, how big do you think the top right corner is with the right side?
With the right side, R15 is a relatively big local move.
Yeah, I think if white plays there, you're probably going to answer it.
Yeah,
R16, yeah.
I
So
think
you
it
can give
may...
that to white.
I consider it maybe white's privilege.
Right, yeah.
Um, I'd estimate around 15 points for black there.
That's
I'll
very confusing.
probably just go by fives.
I'd call it more like 20 points at least. I'd say
Okay.
that's a minimum. So like you imagine a boundary with black stones on the O line, and then you can say white plays R15 and black answers at R16. So you have 14, 15 on the, so 14 in the corner, then adding T16, you have 15. I can't write on the board since we're
Oh,
playing on.
yeah, yeah.
And then you have about 6 more points on the side. So it's slightly more than 20 points, and with some potential towards the top side.
Mm.
So what about the bottom right corner?
Yeah, the bottom right corner is about 7. Maybe
Yeah, it's
a little
maximum
less.
of 7. Yeah, and maybe you're going to be putting a stone in, so it's more like 5 or 6 stone points maybe. So that's 25 points, and then we don't really count black territories on the left side yet
Mm-hmm.
because they're
Yep.
not completely formed. And white's territory on the right is sort of difficult, but I'm going to call it about 10 points plus some potential towards the center.
Mm-hmm.
And then this white territory in the lower left corner is 6 points. And I'd say I have 4 points on the bottom side. So white has about 20 points. Black has something like 25 points plus the potential on the left side. And so your advantage on the left side is basically your advantage overall.
Okay.
You do have to be a bit wary of the center, which could turn into a territory for white.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the situation at this point.
Ah, right. This. Well, what about A15 here?
Ooh. Okay.
I suppose giving white forcing moves in here is not ideal, is it? Okay. So now reading, can black play the strongest move, which looks to me like B17, otherwise white just gets out.
Right.
Down. Okay, black gets something like 4 liberties. E18. Connecting. B17, C18, B18, say E18. If black just plays D17 and white connects, white easily has 4 liberties. Is there anything wonky in the corner? Don't think so. D18 cover. Down, connect. Tare. I don't think it's working for black.
It's it's borderline.
Borderline.
Yeah. The ladder favors you, so you might be able to get away with it. So if you curl at B17
Mm-hmm.
and I curl around at D17, you have to play one more move in the corner, and it all depends on what happens on the outside. But the ladder does favor you. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Now, if white descends at C18, does black just play on the outside and
Would play at B18, and I would
B18?
jump at E18,
E18, yes.
and that one, in that one, you're probably a move ahead. You would play at E17, and I would connect at D18, and you would cover at F18. And that Hana you have at A15 is extending your liberties one. And so
Oh,
you're
I see. That's right, because white can't.
white's going to end up playing at B19, black plays at A18, and then white has to go from behind, but it's going to cost me one extra move. So you're
Right.
ahead by one move.
Okay, so I think I can crawl at B17 at least.
So
Uh,
C18 isn't going to work, and I'm going to do this one.
yep.
So at this point, you have to stop me from playing at B18. So you have to play a move from the corner.
Well, keeping the liberties close seems
Mm-hmm.
correct. Now it looks to me like potentially a semi. Uh, I don't think any of the other moves preventing the B18 cut are necessarily any good, so I think just connecting and see about attacking white's liberties. Okay, okay. E16. Okay. Now, I'm not inclined to just play low here, something very safe like b10. Well, maybe there are some splitting things white can try anyways. I'd much rather sort of threaten to pull them out in a way that would advantage black later. Is e14 anything? Cuts. Yes, Torb, it's 5 handicap, white with standard Comey. I think I'm not happy with how I handled the lower right.
Mm.
I think I'm going to leave those 2 stones and see whether I can do something on the upper side here.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at h16. It looks a little bit... I'll play h17.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, those stones were important enough for white to... Well, now I want to honey at e14, though I'm not sure I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to accomplish. Because I'm sort of looking at A13 as a...
Uh-huh.
Mm, I'm like, hold on, chat. Let me cook. We're going for it. Okay. Okay. Now, what's my follow-up? Hypothetically, at least. Now, White's group is, it looks strong to me. I think those after D13, Black's two stones aren't,
They're probably dead.
yeah. Mm,
Okay. Okay. So at this point, your territorial lead is about your area in the top left, and you have to keep me from making too much in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Hmm. It's both threatening my connection and building. I'm seeing one potential eye if I give up the connection, but not a second. Then is there any kind of attack? It seems I'd have to get to too many different places. But I need to move.
Oh, you need to move, yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
10.
Panic! Understandable.
Hmm? You still need to connect.
Yeah, well,
I'm looking at K8 for white.
oh, that's interesting. Um,
9, 8.
Yeah. Okay, we're in the end game now.
mhm. Monkey jump.
Ten.
Shigalka. Ah, this is...え本当にこれが、ざった、okay.はい。えっと、
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
You're not really connected in the center.
Yeah. I'm...
10,
Milo Molson, how's it going? It's going about as well as expected, meaning I haven't collapsed.
You haven't collapsed, indeed.
But other than that, I'm... It Chotto...
Still in the game.
What was that?
I'd say you're still in the game.
I'm still in the game. I think connecting here is important.
Yeah, this was a big move. This is a point where maybe at some point you could have played at b8 in Sente.
Yeah. Thought about that.
nine, 8, 7, 6.
Oh, there's still...
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Time trouble is... And there's the ad breaks that I could no longer delay.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, K... I saw K2 earlier, but I forgot because of
10.
time.
9,
Yes.
8.
Oh, white actually connected there.
Mm-hmm.
10, 9, 8. Ten, 9.
I'm threatening your lower right corner.
Are you now?
Undo requested. Undo granted.
Yes. Yeah, I think I see it now.
Okay, so now I'm sort of looking at the eyes of your black group in the center.
Yep, yep. Da, da. Actually, just trying to see if I could establish. Well, I've got the one, but
10, 9, 8.
time.
Ten, 9.
Looking at G7 now.
Yep.
Okay.
と、ah, dun, dun, dun. Local culprits. Hmm.
10,
Where it's a big
9,
co, and
8,
I think I have some culprits
7,
in the center.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Mm-hmm. So we're about to finish.
Ten,
Ah, wait, this one. Okay. Nothing there. Ah,
Hmm.
three. I think I might need A16 for I space if I want to push A14.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it just removes a little problem there. Yeah, okay. Is that even a point, chat?
Still a point.
F10. N5 is a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a point. And now it's just the two coves.
And then we don't necessarily need to fill Damizmari here.
Yeah, just some of the predatory, and we have to fill these 2 points on the T line.
Ah, yes.
Okay, that's it. Okay, I'll pass.
Pass. Remove the dead stones.
Okay, just look at the board before we count it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a point where I said you were still in the game, and after that it was just end game. So there's my move at L18, which took away a chunk of the top side from you,
Right.
and then the extra territory I got in the center.
Mm-hmm.
So like in the on the right side of the center here.
Yep.
So that's probably the difference. It's probably expanded to something which come maybe about 20 points. So it's those two areas where you can sort of visually see where there's a difference in the size of black's territories and
Yes.
white's territory in the center. Yeah.
White wins.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to review the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Review started.
Let's start. You have the review on your
Yes.
Okay, great.
Oh, I just remembered, since there's actually some chat here now, how's Michael Redmond Sensei's volume? Go ahead and say something.
Okay, so I'm about to start the review.
Oh, that was better on my end at least. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll start then. So you have the right board on your, is it Twitch?
Uh, well, I do have Twitch. I have the
Where are you broadcasting this?
yeah, I'm broadcasting on Twitch.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
they're seeing the review board.
they see it.
Yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, this was a Joseki. Yeah, here I was sort of expecting you to push once here.
Okay.
And I would have jumped.
Hmm.
So it's a question of whether you want to play that exchange. It's still a big move to play here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so here I would suggest you could play once here and then curl around here. So
Hmm.
putting some pressure on white, and then
Yes,
you can wait for this.
I had been thinking about white S9, but I suppose it's
If you cover it one, you're connected there. And so basically, I have to link this group up to my main group on this side.
right, right.
So it costs a move for me. So yeah, and now you're going to. So if I play on this side, you're just going to live on this side. So this would have been a more active, and so the difference between this and the game is mostly it's the value of the black stone at 5, which gives you a much better position towards the bottom side.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. So here, this would have been the simple way to play. Maybe I do something like this. So in this variation, you have slightly more than 20 points here. It's more than 20 points. You have more than 10 points here. And I just have about 10 points here. And if we call this territory, it's 10, 15 points. So yeah. So you're 10 points ahead in solid territory, and then you have these two areas. So you
Hmm.
pretty much kept your advantage, your initial advantage. Yeah. So here, actually, so if you play something like this, the best way to stop me from playing the cut on the third line is to leave it, because if I cut now, you can play here.
Ah, right.
Yeah. And maybe I can capture, so like if I play something like this, you can just sacrifice the coin. So this would be good enough for you.
Hmm.
And then maybe even if you just play something like this. So I'd probably answer here, and then you could play here. And I don't, so like if I play here, then you can answer. In this case, it's actually not playing anything at all is the most efficient way to connect up to the corner, because you're not afraid of the cut. You can just
Ah,
play this.
Soka.
Yeah, and so this is just, it's almost always going to be good for you, the trade.
Hmm.
You don't want to go on this side because this is a bit more messy. Maybe you can do it, but it's more dangerous. So it's good enough for you to get the position on the outside. So if I'm not going to do that, I have to force with something like this. And then you see you're always alive in the corner. So like if I do something like this, um, you can eventually play something like this, or the game move works also. So you're alive in the corner.
Right.
Yeah. So this would have been the ideal. It's gained you sort of half a move on the left at 7. So it's a small difference there, but it's
Mhm.
maybe a slightly better. So in the game you played here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I was saying that if you had played once here, I have to
Mhm.
stop you from cutting at Q6. So I play here, and then this gives you an eye towards the center and sort of good shape moving out. So
Mm.
this would be, although like if we isolated the whole thing, if we isolated everything, then I could play here and kill it. But that's pretty far fetched, so it's
Right.
not going to happen. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're alive. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the idea is, yeah. So this is perfectly okay. Although it might have been better to play down here.
Mm.
And you're still threatening. Well, I have this forcing move, but oh yeah, maybe you'll play this way. You're still threatening my corner to a degree. So if you jump in at B2, my corner is sort of in trouble. Yeah. So this would be trouble for one. So one is in a way it's a forcing move. Okay. Yeah. You could have done it this way. That would have been another way to connect. It would be putting more pressure on the white stone. So later on you can play something like this, and you'll be threatening the wedge at K10, K5. That is K4.
Mhm.
So it's more oriented towards the center than this one. No, than this move. That is. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. You kicked, and yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here, the timing of this was maybe dangerous, and so if you play here, it's easier. I'll probably play here, and when I play here, you can still now this time it's going to be a ko, but the ko is it's not such a dangerous ko for black. I mean, if you run out of ko threats, you can always connect at A16.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you play here and I cut, maybe you could have played this variation. So I play here and you play here, and I have a choice. So if I play here, you can run out, and I'm getting good position on this side. However, it's not a big side because you can jump out at 11.
Mhm.
So that's okay for black. If I prepare once, then you will cover here. And this is going to be some kind of a trade. So you'd probably play here. And you've captured the group in the corner. And you're probably going to sacrifice these 2 stones. So you could play once here.
Mhm.
You're going to sacrifice those 2 stones. So it could turn out something like this. And you're happy because you got the whole corner. And that was white's, it was sort of white's area to start with. So establishing the corner territory is a step forwards for you.
Mm.
So yeah, maybe it would have been better to capture. So here, yeah, it's a really complicated fight, but if I play here and here, this is the key point. And this is the key point. So it's the 2 point in the corner, and you're gonna win by 1 liberty. So that was the semi in the corner.
There was a corner thing I missed.
Yeah, and that was good. And so now the only way for me to try to save this group in the center is to play here. And this would be sort of complicated. So it would be simpler if you played here. Because in that case, you can capture like this.
Ah.
I can stop that by playing a cut. But if I do that, you're pretty much alive in the corner.
Yep.
So it's a lot more difficult for me to kill the corner. So that would have been one way to do it. In this case, you got the top side. I agree with your playing there. and it's a trade. So yeah, that was good. And you can just play this almost immediately. It's worth playing immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to answer it here. And yeah, this is a pretty good point. Okay. Right. Yeah. So you have to, this is where you have to be really careful. So let's see. You have, I'd say um, you have close to 25 points here. So let's just call it 25 points and 5 points here. And this is going to be 5 points for the time being. And this is about 20 points. So that's 55 points. Okay, so just counting this area here, I have about 10 points. And I have 6 points here. And slightly more than 10 points here. So let's call it 10 points. So it's a 10 point, and that was messy, wasn't it? Okay, that's about 10 points, but it's maybe little bit extra. So I have 20, 26. Let's say I have close to 30 points, and you have 55. So you're 25 points ahead. So you need to keep me down to something like 10 points in the center. And you don't want to make any, you don't need to make any territory from this group. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't really want to play. So I think it was potentially a mistake that you played a lot of stones close to that black group. So these two stones, well, not a lot, but these two stones here.
Right.
So what I would do is I would probably jump in here. So this is I think if you add a stone to this one,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that you don't have any other weak groups on the board, if you add a stone to it, and if you keep on adding stones to that group, I would be very much surprised if it died. So I think you're going to be okay if you add stones to this group. So you just focus on this one group in the center, and you have plenty of room. So you're just trying to sort of float towards the area where you think White's going to try to make territory.
Right.
Yeah. So this area in the top left, I haven't cut this stone off yet. So that's why it's not really a threat.
Yep.
So I need to surround it from the center, and so I need to get 2 stones at least before it even starts to look like a territory. And the second biggest area would be this area, and again, it's an area where I need 2 moves. So I need to close both of these lines to get something like 10 points. So it's really difficult for me to find a sizable area for territory if you play at 1. So whereas if I play at 1, if I play at the same point, then I'm almost automatically getting 10 points there. So that's why I think this is a big point.
Right. I saw the weaknesses on the upper side. I just didn't assess how to reduce correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think it just comes from a lack of experience.
Well, the moves you're playing, the shapes you're playing are pretty good actually. So it's just that they're probably pretty subtly. So like all of these moves that you've played here, they're sort of in the wrong part of the board. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just that that area was probably the second biggest area, while this was the biggest. So it's a small difference. I probably gained something like 5 points. And there's also the fact that the way it played out, you're not really getting any territory attached to that group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this was good. And that was potentially problematic because it left some open area here where I could play peeps from that side. So when you're not really sure whether that area is going to be your territory or not, it's probably an idea to play a more solid shape move.
Hmm.
In which and because White's territory is going to be, my borderline is going to be along the end line here anyway. So it
Right.
doesn't make any difference to my territory. And this isn't going to be your territory until you play a move something like 1 anyway. So you probably want to start with that move.
Hmm.
Okay, so here now you have to be really serious about surrounding that territory. So something like this, just to get something like 5 points there. That 5 points would have been at this point. I think you'd have a small lead. So establishing something like 5 points, these 5 points sort of. It's these 5 points that you're sort of making,
Hmm.
um, and that would be the winning margin, something like that. Let's see what the computer says. Yeah, wow. I was spot on. It says you're 5.1 points ahead. That was luck. You don't always calculate that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm threatening to cut you off. So maybe slightly better for you to play here, and you would still have 1 or 2 points. But
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. So this is a big move. I'm probably catching up now. It's oh well. I was wrong about that one. It's because I'm sort of weak elsewhere. So the computer says you can play here. You have a potential cut at L15. So my group,
Hmm.
I probably have to defend that somehow. And so if you play moves like this and squeeze my group, it looks like you're still ahead. So I think part of the end game was that you failed to do that. And this sequence, it lost you some territory, the whole sequence here. So you were losing territory in the top right corner when you answered the monkey jump like that, because
Hmm.
it's going to cost you. You haven't played the move to defend the territory yet.
Right.
Yeah. So I think maybe now I'm ahead. Let's see what the AI says. Yeah, now it says that white's ahead. So it was basically the fact that in the whole fight here, I think the difference is that all of the white stones, you lost an opportunity to sort of squeeze this group or to put pressure on my group in the center. And so now that everything is connected, and I got
Hmm.
to play this move, which was really big, and now I have a small lead. So at this point, the computer says I'm 6.5 points ahead. And after that, it was just the extra points in the center. So the extra points in this area where where you ran out of time. That was just your time trouble, really,
Hmm. Yep.
where you lost those 3 stones. So yeah, you were actually okay connecting because you have half an eye there at M13. So it's not, and also there's some problems with this. So if I try to kill you, and you have a stone at 5 and 7, this corner is actually going to die.
Ah.
This is a famous. Well, I say it's famous. It's a for people who like standard life and death problems. This is a famous life and death where it's going to be the bent 4 in the corner. Yeah. And also, you always have the eye here. So if you don't want to fight that ko in the corner, if you run out of eyes, you might have to go after it. But if you want to make a second eye, you can always make one here.
Hmm.
So you weren't in danger. You could have connected. So you did lose some extra points when I got to capture. And it was just time trouble, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah. So after that, it's pretty. Yeah, you lost some points there too. So yeah, if you'd played here, it would have been slightly better.
Hmm.
But yeah, you kept the game close up to a late point into the end game, and I think the way you handled the top left was pretty good. Um, so yeah, so in the early stages of the game, this is the point. So yeah, you have to try to live without giving me anything. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm suggesting this move and putting pressure on white's position on the outside. So now if I do something like this, it's really really lousy shape that I get there. And in this variation, you would be threatening to do stuff like this, and it would be very weak in the center. So this would be a
Okay.
very dangerous fight for me. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if You could do it instead of black 9 and try to kill something, but that would be dangerous. Well, anyway, it's really bad shape for me. So I'm going to be playing here. So it's the extra move you get at 5, which is like it's an opening point, more or less. So this is the maybe the most important diagram in the opening of the game for me. From as far as I'm concerned, it's the most important. If you had changed this, it would have made the biggest difference to the game.
Okay. All right. I don't have any questions here. So I think I'll say goodbye to
All right.
Redmond Sensei.
See you next time. Thank you for your donations.
Yep.
Bye.
And now, if Timea is still playing, we'll raid her. But she might have... I saw she was streaming for a bit, but... not anymore. Well, I'm not seeing anyone that I would raid. So, we'll just end here. And as always, I will keep studying.